We are now live. Live on the channel. How's it going, everyone? Guess I'll do a little intro for everyone that watches the I suppose the start of this, or the after recording, or the pre-recorded after the fact live. I recently got another webcam, or not another webcam, just a webcam. So I wanted to test out a live. I was kind of sick of doing like lives like this on my phone. So I got a webcam to do these more often. We got some people in the chat. Movie Monster, how's it going, man? How are you? How are things down in Melbourne at the moment? Mate, another Aussie in the chat. And then you got Dimension Scott. How's it going, man? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you guys. How are you guys doing? It's good to see you all in here. We got Michael in here as well. How's it going, Michael? It's been a long time since we've spoken. I think it's been quite some time. It's good to see you in here. But almost like an impromptu live, I suppose. Just, I don't know, have a chat, talk about movies. It's always good to stay connected, I think, and just talk about movies and film or TV shows or anything like that. As far as movies go for me at the moment, the latest film I saw in the cinema was Evil Dead Rise. That was really good. I actually really liked it. I've been working on videos lately. Yeah, and I feel yeah. Same here, a little bit here and there. Yeah, always working on the vids, always making up something. It's rainy here, but it does not stop me hunting in op shops. Yeah, no, I love op shops, man. There's so many good things to find in op shops. I've got a local one that's been treating me really well. They always have some hidden gem in there. I bought some bits the other week from an op shop, a few DVDs. I know op shops are okay. Sometimes they can be a bit pricey though, much like the UK. I know AJ has that problem where they can be a bit pricey, charity shops and things like that. DVDs still cost around like $3, at least where I am at the moment. But yeah. You finally watched Catch Me If You Can. Hey, that's my favorite movie of all time. So that's my number one. It's so good. Love it. Never gets old. I can just watch that movie like all the time on repeat. But it's been actually quite some time since I've sat down and given it a rewatch. It's a good one. Favorite. Actually, it was kind of weird. I was watching a live stream like a few weeks ago, and people were rating like their favorite Steven Spielberg films, and Catch Me If You Can didn't come up at all. It's like it seems that most people like, like Jurassic Park and things like that, and E.T., and seems to be more their favorite than Catch Me If You Can. But I don't know, it's my favorite. I just like the cat and mouse story. It's fun. I didn't really have anything planned for this live. Maybe if one of you guys want to join in, you can. I know I can like invite people, so feel free if you can. I was just actually going to catch up on some videos because it's been quite some time since I've sat down and watched a few YouTube videos as well from some of you guys. It's just busy weeks. It's always a bit like that. even for like watching movies as well. I can only, it seems like now I only watch about maybe 3 to 4 movies a week, I think, maybe sometimes even less. The trick is if the volunteers in the op shops are young people, they put high prices because they match it with eBay. But when it's old ladies, prices, yeah, no, you're right. Because, like, I'd imagine the young people are quite savvy with that sort of stuff. Like, they know that they need to check or they can check on eBay to price match things. Um, yeah, no, that makes sense. I could imagine that happening quite often. Because it seems now, like this day and age, it seems more younger people are volunteering at these like op shops and charity stores. So they might be a bit more clued up on what these things might cost. Um, but yeah, it seems like a standard for DVDs to cost around maybe $3. Um, Maximum Blu-rays to DVDs $5 each. But anything over that is just pushing it. No, I think that's way too much. There is some stores that we have here that just crazy prices, like more than $5 for Blu-rays. I'm not sure if you have Vinnie's. I think you probably would. Vinnie's down in Melbourne. You probably would have Vinnie's. The Vinnie's up here in Sydney are just crazy, crazy prices. Ridiculous. Blu-rays are like $5 a piece, which is just like more than like CEX even, like in most cases. Um, so sometimes it's even better just to shop at CEX, I think. Um, you find better prices there than you would at the charity stores. Um, but have you been watching any good movies lately? Movie Monster? Anything good? Anything exciting? Been to the cinema recently? I'd love to know. As I mentioned, I went and saw Evil Dead Rise, and that was really good. I actually really liked it. I think a lot of people might not have liked it. I'm hearing mixed things, really. Some people really like it, some people don't. Um, so I don't know. I'm not too sure if you're into your horror films, so um, but I do like a good horror film every now and again. Um, uh, do, 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 do. But I hope the recording here is pretty good. Like with the new setup I've got here, I guess. Little setup, I don't know. Just got a webcam. The webcam wasn't really too much anyway. Just makes it easier, I suppose. Um, if it is in Melbourne, Blu-ray prices are between 3 to 5, but I've seen a lot higher prices. Yeah, yeah, no, it seems I know the Vinnie's up here is like $5 for like a, but even like just very common Blu-ray titles are like $5. Things like just really common like Disney titles are just like overpriced. It's like I don't think I'd pay $5 or more, to be honest. That's just too much for me, depending on the film and depending on how much I actually want it, if I really want to buy it. Um, yeah, it all comes down to that, really. It really depends on the film, but usually if I'm just hunting and it's just some random movie that I don't have, I wouldn't spend more than $5. I'm looking forward to see the Flash. Yeah, I'm actually getting really keen for the Flash. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. I've seen like some images on it, but I don't really want to go any further than that. I don't really want to, spoil too much for myself. I want to sort of just go in blind, I suppose. But I've seen a few photos of it. It looks quite interesting. Um, yeah, I don't know. It'll be kind of different. It's going to be weird, I think, to watch because I think it might be difficult to pull off like what they're doing. I don't know how it's going to work. It's just going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds, that film, and how they handle it. We'll see how it goes. Hoping to go see the Flash and the Rise of the Beast. Is that the Transformers film you're talking about? I'm pretty sure it is because I know Transformers, the new one. Yeah, Rise of the Beasts. Yeah, I'm keen for that new Transformers film. I actually went through and watched the like the just Transformers movies in general, like all of them, um, just in one go. And I was sort of just like, I really like them. I think they're a lot of fun. They're awesome, like action films. I don't know why they get so much hate. I actually think they're really good movies and a lot to offer. Um, I even enjoyed The Last Night. Seems like people just don't like that movie whatsoever, but I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm yet to see Bumblebee though. That's one that I'm missing out on, but I've heard some good things about that one. I'm on the lookout for that one actually, to buy it on Blu-ray or something, but I haven't came across it yet. But I think all the Transformers movies are really good. They're a lot of fun. I think it'd be cool to see that new one in the cinema. Just a good laid back action Transformers flick to watch on the big screen. I think would be pretty good. A lot of fun. But I binge watched all six Transformers as well, and I'm like, I don't understand why people bash them so much. Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, I think the one thing I don't like about the films is like when they got rid of Shia LaBeouf. Um, I'm not sure if I really like Mark Wahlberg in the films. I mean, but I sort of, it doesn't bother me really, but it's just that transition. I feel like it should have continued on, like with him in it, and or he had played some role in the films after the fact. It would have been good. Um, but I guess it didn't really matter too much. Um, it's just maybe me where I just like you start a franchise or you start, a set of movies and you got this main character that you're following along and then he randomly just disappears. Sort of just like makes you feel a bit about it. But I've grown to not really sort of care too much about that fact. Um, but in general, I think all the films are really good. I think they're a lot of fun. Um, the Last Night was really good as well. Good action, some really cool scenes. Maybe a bit long, but other than that, it's pretty good. It's a good movie. I think Bumblebee is really good as well. At least once I see it, I've heard some great things. But I could only assume that that would be pretty good as well. Yeah, AJ's review of Scream 6. Um, I watched Scream 5 recently and I just hated it. I didn't like it whatsoever. Um, yeah, I'm not sure why people like that film really. I didn't like it at all for some reason. Scream 5. Maybe that's like a controversial opinion, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, that movie. Hopefully, Scream 6 is better. One underrated movie to me, Dark of the Moon. Dark of the Moon was good. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I don't, yeah, I mean, I think it's really good, but I don't think it's the worst in the franchise. Um, I think my favorite was Revenge of the Fallen out of that set of movies. Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen was quite good. Um, I rewatched the first film, and I don't think I can get into it because I know it's very like 2007. Like you got the music that's like very 2007. Everything about that movie is very 2007. It feels like really weird to watch. Um, Maybe a couple of years ago, like, but now it felt kind of a bit strange to watch. Dark of the Moon was good. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. I think yeah, Revenge of the Fallen was definitely a favorite. Um, the Mark Wahlberg ones were they were good. They were good, good action, pretty decent story and likable characters. Um, Not the favorites though. I think the favorites would be like the first initial like three films. Um, yeah, those are the movies that I probably return to more often. Is those three, those like first three films. Um, but then again, you know, I wouldn't mind watching the other ones either. Caught me a drop bear yet? No, they don't drop on Australians. They only drop on foreigners. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was just about to watch your review on Scream 6. Um, I watched Scream 5 a couple of weeks ago and I thought it was terrible. I hated it so much. Um, Probably one of the worst films I've watched in a while. I'm not going to lie. I just, yeah. What are you talking about? Scream 6? Your Scream 6 review? Yeah. Oh, I mean, I know a lot of people are massive fans of the franchise and, you know, I can understand. Um, but Scream 5, I don't know. I just, no, no. Haven't seen 6 yet, but I'll probably get around to it. I'll give it a go. But Scream 5 was just god awful, honestly. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Looking at the comments, there's some action going on here. Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Just talking some movies at the minute. Talking some Scream 5. Transformers. Actually, is Mark Wahlberg going to be in the new Transformers film? That's a question. Who's in this film? Oh, no. It's got Pete Davidson in Transformers. That's not looking good. I don't like Pete Davidson. I'm sorry. Oh, but Pete Davidson's a voice actor, I guess. It seems like for one of the Transformers. So I suppose that's all right. I don't know. I guess this is something completely different. I don't think this is a continuation of like the original storyline, maybe. I haven't seen the trailer, so, or anything. Is there a Killer Koala film? I'm sure there is somewhere. I'm sure someone's made it. A Killer Koala film. Do you play games when you have the time? Definitely. I am a gamer. I recently started playing the new Star Wars game that just came out literally today. So I was playing that a little bit. Yeah, so I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I was going to get the game. Love Star Wars. But yeah, that's the newest thing. The newest thing, newest game to play. Cool. Oh yeah, good man. Just chilling, just vibing out. MW isn't. Oh, it's a follow up to Bumblebee. Oh, okay, I see. I'm keen for it. Ever since rewatching the films again, I've been really keen on watching the newest film in the cinema. I know for some reason, just returning to them again and rewatching them, I've sort of grown an affinity, I guess, for the films. I don't know. I wouldn't mind actually watching some of the I don't know if it's an anime, but it's like an animated cartoon or something. Yeah, some of those look good. I think there's a few movies there, or there's like a TV show. I know, I'm sure there's plenty of Transformers TV shows, like animated style. Unicron is in it. Wait, who's that? Transformers. I like Transformers 1 and 3. Didn't really like the rest, but I haven't seen Bumblebee yet. And of course, the original movie is awesome. Yeah. No, definitely agreed. I've heard Bumblebee is really good. But you know what? I've heard things about it, but then not many people talk about it, which is kind of strange. Feel like it just went, like it came out and then it just went, and then no one talked about it. It just went, so quickly, that film, when it came out, and yeah. But I've heard good things about it. I really want to watch it actually before at least the new one drops. Bumblebee is good. There you go. AJ verifies that Bumblebee is good. Been playing Last of Us Part 2 before Season 2 of the show comes out. Yeah, I started playing The Last of Us Part 2 on the PlayStation 4. I recently just watched the first season of the show, And damn, that was a good show. Like, it was really good. Um, I know that just like it's been a while since I've been hooked on a show and just watched it, binged it from start to finish, and just thoroughly enjoyed every second of it. It was really good. They're actually bringing out a steelbook for it, a 4K steelbook for season one, um, which looks really good. I've heard good things about Bumblebee. It's worth a watch. Opening scene of Dark the Moon is magnificent. I mean, Man on the Moon scene looks like it really did happen. Yeah. No, it is pretty cool. It's a good one. Um, I kind of miss Shia LaBeouf. I don't know. Shia LaBeouf has just got like some charm about him. You know, you like him. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys like him, but I like him. I think he's really good in the films. I think he's like almost a perfect match. For some reason, I don't know why. I feel like it's one of the main reasons why I like the first three movies. Um, I don't know why. I don't know. I just think he's good. Unicron is a planet-sized robot that devours planets. Well, there you go. The more you know. That's pretty good. I gotta search that up. I couldn't imagine how that would work. Um, that's pretty cool. Amazing, the animated movie. I know there's a few like animated things on Netflix um, that I've seen that I've sort of had a look at, but haven't watched any yet. Animated movie kicks ass. Well, now I'm gonna have to watch this animated film. What's it called? What's it called, guys? When I saw Bumblebee in theaters, the Cybertron opening was jaw-dropping. Oh, there you go. I have to see it now. I like Shia as an actor. Disturbia and Holes are awesome. Yeah, dude. Holes was awesome. I used to actually, funnily enough, in high school, that was the movie they showed a lot for like English class. We read the book Holes and we watched the movie Holes in English class, and that was like our study thing. That was what we had to do an assignment on the book and the movie. Um, Movie was really good. I really like that film, Holes. Disturbia is really good as well. It was DS. Dan, what was the last film you watched? Um, get up Letterboxd now, because I watch them and log them, but then I instantly forget. Um, well, the last film I watched was the first Spider-Man film, Tobey Maguire, because I actually got Spider-Man on 4K, so I wanted to watch that. So I rewatched that. I watched Evil Dead Rise in the cinemas on Tuesday this week. And I watched Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons. That was really good. That was a really good animated DC film. I really enjoyed that. Um, yeah, probably one of the better ones that I've seen so far. Battle of the Super Sons. It's really good. It's a good movie. I remember at the end of the last night, Unicron was teased. Was he? I don't even think I remember that. Maybe I just missed that part. Like I just didn't know what was going on because I'm not really up to date with like Transformers lore, I suppose. Transformers the movie 1986. Jeez. Love Disturbia. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. Although going back to it, Disturbia, I feel it's kind of weird to watch because it feels like it's stuck in a time, like it's stuck in 2007, and when you watch it now, 2023, it feels a bit weird to watch because yeah, I don't know, because of that, just that time zone. Um, yeah, I like the film and the book. Yeah, it's very good. Um, really cool story. Unicron was also a villain in Transformers Prime. I'm guessing that's like another animated film or another Transformers Prime. Prime was great. Kind of grew out of Transformers after Generation 1, which I still love. And we got some Transformers super fans here. I've never watched anything outside of the movies that were the live action films that we've gotten or been given, except for Bumblebee. Super Sons was cool. Yeah, no, that was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Um, it was also cool to see that villain. Uh, it's not really. I guess it's a villain. But like Starfish. Um, all right. It's all right. It was really cool to see that because it's the first time I saw it, Starro in what like the Suicide Squad film, and then it was cool to just see the reappearance. Like a see it again in another circumstance. It was cool to see Starro and that fight with like the kids, like with Superman and Batman. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that, and they were like just being mind controlled. It was pretty cool to watch that. Transformers Prime was a computer animated series that lasted 3 seasons. Yeah, that's interesting. I've always seen like a wealth of like other Transformers series and movies, but just never looked into it really. I see them at CEX sometimes. There's like this big like Transformers TV show box set, and it just looks crazy. It's really expensive too. See if I can find it. Um, it's always at my CEX. It's like this DVD box set. Um, you guys are getting me into like a mad Transformers mood now. Like, makes me really keen to watch Bumblebee. Have to watch it before I see the new one. I wonder what they'd look on 4K. Their Transformers films. I'm not sure if they have a 4K yet. I think they do. Maybe. Yeah. I'm looking. There's a bunch of like Transformers stuff here. Like just all sorts. I have so many things. Oh, they do have a 4K. For some reason I thought they didn't. But anyway, if any of you guys want to join in the chat, let me know. I can drop a link if you guys are keen. Anyone can join in, have a chat. I'm not sure if you're going live this weekend, AJ, or if you've got one planned or something like that. Yeah, I'll drop a link. This is the to join in. Or the invite code. Or how it works. If you can just join in off that. Never actually invited anyone onto like a stream before. Yeah, guys. Okay. It will be up in 5. You can jump on as well if you're a movie monster. Jump on the stream. CinderCon has started. They said that there will be a big announcement. Is it there anyone believes the Snyderverse would continue? Or SnyderCon, sorry. I didn't even know there was a SnyderCon. What? Hey, it's interesting. Um, Honestly, I don't even know what they're going to do with this Flash movie. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. It's kind of even weird seeing Michael Keaton return. It's like, I don't know. He looks a bit crusty in the photo that I saw, but um, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. Very curious to see what happens with that film. Um, Probably more highly anticipating that more than like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think this new Flash film. can add you in. Here he is.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Happy to have
It's,
you on.
yeah, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on.
No, that's all right. Here we go. Got Dan. I mate, hope all is well. Does Equalizer 3 interest you? Yeah, definitely. I'd be keen for that. Probably see that one in the cinema. I really enjoyed the first two.
I haven't seen the second one, but I did see the trailer for the third one, and it looks badass.
Mm. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty good. Be pretty interested in seeing that in the cinema, I think.
Yeah. So you've only seen the live action Transformers?
Yeah, I've only seen all of them except Bumblebee. But yeah, I'm never
Yeah,
like with the cartoons or like the animated series or anything like that. Or
yeah. That I do recommend that animated movie though. That animated movie's pretty dope.
that's pretty good. Is that Transformers the movie? Or
Yeah, Transformers movie came out in like I think 84 or 86. It's one of those. It's either
uh,
84 or 86.
I think I've seen this one floating about before. Hey, this looks pretty dope. Yeah, I'll have to give this one a watch.
Yeah, cause I'm not like I haven't seen all of the series and stuff, but I could still follow the movie pretty good, and yeah, it was good. It was fun.
I'll have to give it a go. For me, Denzel Washington is today's most versatile actor and my personal favorite. Do either of you have a favorite actor? Denzel Washington is a gem. Really enjoy all of his stuff that he's in. He always delivers pretty much on all of the roles that he's in, I think. I don't know, favorite actor. Jeez.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I'd like to say Leonardo DiCaprio, but I feel like that's a
Mm.
too much of a basic answer, to be honest.
I mean, it's a good one.
That's a good answer, but um, I don't know. What about you, Trenchy? What do you think?
Um, it's hard for me to pick. Like, it's hard for me to narrow down like a favorite actor. Like, I know Stallone would probably be in there somewhere. I like a lot of his movies. I haven't seen them all, but Stallone. Jack Black does come to mind. Um, maybe like Peter Cushing too. Some of those old school guys, like yeah.
Yeah, Stallone's pretty good. I actually watched Cliffhanger for the first time like a couple of weeks ago, and that was awesome. Love that movie.
Oh yeah, Cliffhanger is really cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you seen Demolition Man?
No, I haven't seen Demolition Man. Heard some good things there.
Oh yeah, I really like Demolition Man. It's Stallone versus Snipes in the future.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. That sounds like a good time.
And Taco Bell is like the only restaurant, and it's like running shit. I think it's Taco Bell. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I have to watch that. Heard of it. Demolition Man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. That and like of course the big ones, First Blood,
Yeah,
Rambo,
yeah.
and Rocky. But have you seen Over the Top?
No, I haven't seen Over the Top. There's a few that I've
Uh
seen of his.
It's like Stallone plays a truck driver named Hawk who's trying to bond with his estranged little kid while also arm wrestling people as he travels because he's a champion arm wrestler.
Yeah, I've heard some wacky things.
I like that one though.
Sounds good. I could imagine it though. It sounds so good, like just alone, just traveling around wrestling people. Sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
The film Fences with Denzel and Viola Davis. If you have seen it, it is an absolute masterclass in acting and storytelling. I think I've heard of Fences. I think that's one that AJ might have brought up at some point. Yeah, I've heard of Fences. Haven't seen it though. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
I've read the stage play, but I haven't seen the film.
Over the Top is real cheesy but great fun. Yeah, it's just like your typical 80s, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah, what you want. You love that time era. Like, it's just so good. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's my favorite era for film because it's just something about that era is just it hits.
It hits in the right spot. And nothing that's made in today is even comparable or comes close, I think.
Yeah, because I still enjoy a lot of films today, and there's some I would like more than some from the 80s, but at the same time, a lot of my top 10 are like 80s films. Like, there's just something about it.
The 80s films are really good. So many great films in the 80s. I find myself actually like just not really watching movies that much that are released today and just revisiting movies that I missed out on from that era more often than usual.
Me too. Like, it's hard for me to keep up with newer movies. I'm more watching older movies. I watch movies from all different time periods, but like mainly like older ones.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched silent movies?
Silent movie? No, I haven't actually. No.
I mean, it might be a little to get used to, but they're really good if you give them a chance.
Do you have any recommend?
I would say, and these are pretty basic. I'd say like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Nosferatu, and The Kid with Charlie Chaplin. Oh, and of course, Phantom of the Opera. Damn, there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I feel like it's an underrated era of film because, yeah, it's respected, but a lot of people skip over it because it's like, oh, they don't talk. But like, I don't know, the acting's just at least with the facial wise and the movements are just so good.
I've been really enjoying my like black and whites as well. Black and white films are really good as well.
Oh yeah. What have you been watching in black and white?
Well, the first black and white film I watched was Raging Bull.
Ooh, okay.
Here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
Gents, how are we?
Yeah, not bad. How about yourself?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. I'm not interrupting, popping in. Yeah. Let me start that again. I'm not interrupting, popping in, am I?
No, just having a chat.
You good?
Yeah.
saw you. I didn't hear the discussion when you put the link up.
Oh, you didn't see it, or?
I saw it, but afterwards, I don't know what was said at that point.
Oh, okay.
If that was an open invite or what.
Oh, yeah, no, pretty much. I just popped it in there. If anyone wants to join in, they can, really.
Cool. Trenchy, I don't know you, do I?
No, I don't think I know you either. I'm very new to this channel and probably the people on it.
Okay, do you have a channel of your own, or are you just?
Oh, yes, I do. It's god awful, but it's there.
Okay, so you do stuff. You produce stuff for it.
Yeah. Not a lot. I'm not the most consistent person, but I make a video when I feel like it.
No, cool. I'll check it out. Come here. Soulless trench coat. Sorry, I've just put the camera down. Go on, carry on. I'm just looking for you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to, but I appreciate it.
No. We're all in one community.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are there. Oh, 1.38k subscribers. Cool. There you go. 1.38 and 1.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's all right. So,
What are we doing? What have you been up to, AJ?
Sorry?
What have you been up to?
I've been not a lot today, to be honest.
Nah, you're not at work.
Sort of working from home.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
So yeah, not a lot.
Yeah,
One
of those days.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just going through a bit of your backlog. Sometimes I can't keep up.
Yeah, I do knock them out, don't I?
Yeah. I sort of save them for later, and then just find the time to sit down and go through, have a watch.
The thing is, I started this week thinking, I ain't got nothing to do this week. I've got nothing to upload. I was in panic mode at the beginning of the week. But there we go. What are you talking about? You're talking about black and white movies and that, and silent.
Yeah, and silent films. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've never. I'll be honest. I've never watched. I don't think I've ever watched a silent movie.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, I know a lot of people haven't. I would say probably the best one to start out with is either a Chaplin movie or Nosferatu, in my opinion, or Phantom. Phantom's great.
I'm saying that. Does Harold Lloyd count? Harold Lloyd must count.
I haven't seen that. Well, what's that?
Harold Lloyd. It was I don't know if it was films or TV show, but it was back in the black and white days. He used to perform a lot of stunts. The start of it, he would have him hanging off like a clock and jumping out of the way of trains and all this sort of thing. And the theme tune was something like "Hooray for Harold Lloyd." They used to have that over it.
That sounds cool. I mean, yeah, there's no talking. It's
no,
silent.
back then a lot of it was visual. But then how did they put a song over it? I don't know. But anyway, maybe
I'll have to look into that.
Maybe the theme tune was a newer thing they added to it later on when it was on repeats. But I remember them as a kid; they were good. And I think you can get a DVD box set of it.
So, what was the last film that we've watched? That's for you and Trenchy and AJ question.
Go on, Trenchy.
I'll go first. The last film I watched was RoboCop 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I rewatched. Yeah, I love that movie.
I'll tell you something. When that first came out, what was it? About 1990 was it? I think RoboCop 2.
I think so.
That the Kane android used to, even though I was quite old, I was about 14, I think. But that Kane android used to scare the crap out of me. something about it. It was evil and nasty, and I don't know. There's something
Yeah, I
about
love Cade.
it really got to me.
I mean, that's fair. Like maybe the weird visual screen that's like kind of uncanny human face.
Might be, yeah. There's something about him though. It's been a while since I've seen that. Irving Kershner directed, wasn't it? Empire Strikes Back. Directed that one. And me, the last film I watched was oh no, actually, what was I watching last? Oh, okay. I'm about 30 minutes from the end of Operation Fortune.
Oh yeah.
Guy Ritchie one with Jason Statham. I was watching
Oh.
that last night. Yeah, I turned it off because I went to bed. But it was all right.
I gotta see that.
I was enjoying it. It was good. And before that, the complete last movie I watched was I Spit on Your Grave 3.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Still yet to watch your review on those ones. I'm actually intrigued to hear what you have to say because it's completely out of your comfort zone, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Oh, I won't spoil it for you. No, I will. Do you want me to tell you how I thought now, or do you want to watch the review?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want. I mean, I might watch them, but it's...
No, watch it. I'll let you watch the review. I could go on for ages.
All right. Okay.
I won't bore you.
I've only seen the original one from like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, see, I've never seen that. I've never watched the original.
Yeah, I like the original. It's up there with like, it's disturbing, but it's good.
Yeah. No, I've not. I don't know whether to venture into it now. I've seen the other three or not because it ain't really my cup of tea. But I had a funny time with these three. All I'll say is that I had enough time with them.
I will warn you, like the original has like I'm not quite sure how long, but I think like an about 20-minute rape scene sequence. So it's like it's a lot.
Yes, so much like the 2010 one. That one goes on for a considerable amount of time, doesn't it? The rape scene in that.
Like I said, I haven't seen it, but they
yeah, it's a remake. It's a remake of it, so it does go. It goes on and on and on and on. And it's a kind of split for me because I like revenge films, but for I Spit on Your Grave, I don't necessarily like the route it takes to get to the revenge film. You know what I mean?
Well, the reason, at least with the original, the reason why it's that way is the origin is the director was taking his daughter to work, or school, not what the fuck am I saying? School, and they come across this lady in the park who had been assaulted, and like her jaw was broken and all this. So they take her to the police station. Like they decided to take her to the police station, and the police were essentially like demanding questions and not she's just been through this horrible event and they're kind of being rude, just trying to figure out what happened and kind of being cold, and it was almost like she was being assaulted all over again, and that was his basis for the film. Was what if, like, instead of going to the law and going for that again, she took revenge into her own hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Monster can't jump on.
Well, that's a shame. I like James. He's all right.
Yeah, I wanted to see his little bird, Nosferatu was a great silent movie and still unsettling. Nicolas Cage mimicked the movement for the hilarious movie Vampire's Kiss.
I didn't know that. I should check Nosferatu out, really. It could be one of those films that I should have seen.
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. I think most silent films are.
Is it something that's now in the public domain? Is it?
Yeah. That I think the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari is as well. Phantom. Although the original Phantom has many versions because there's some parts where they added in colored parts, and I think there's even a version where they added in a speaking part. I don't know. There's so many versions of the original Phantom.
It's a question for you.
That's not a question. That's for you.
It's a statement. Have you heard Flat Like a Blu-ray Disc? No, I haven't heard. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were my inspiration for that, Dan.
Yeah. No, I had a good laugh. I enjoyed it.
And the coins coming out your pockets.
Yeah.
Did you like my? It was good, wasn't it? So anyway,
Yeah, it was good.
Turned the koala upside down, then said, "Look, it drops."
Yeah.
Gravity.
No, that was good.
Undeniable proof of that the globe doesn't exist.
I'm glad you like the drop airs though.
The thing is, some people did think I was serious with it.
No, I'm sure there was a couple of people.
I was even corrected because of when I started going about Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks, and when Denzel flew that plane upside down, if he didn't land it on the Hudson Hawk River, they were saying, "Oh no, you're getting your films mixed up."
Oh, you're getting corrected, were you, because of that?
I mean, I couldn't be any more blatant, truly, with how I set it all up. So there we go. Humour is lost on some.
So some people just aren't going to get it.
No.
Greatness of the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my wife wanted to watch them. That's why I watched them. We sat here and she said, "What should we watch?" And I was like, "Oh." You know, when you're not in the mood to watch anything, you don't want to put anything in. And she said, "Oh, why don't you watch Trust Me on Your Grave?" I wanted to watch them. I was like, "Oh, go on then. I ain't in the mood to watch anything else, so just put it on." And then I came away. She really enjoyed them. She really enjoyed it. And then I came away thinking about it, and I thought, is this like psychologically? Is this a fairy tale story for a woman? Is it a wish fulfillment? Do you know what I mean? That they see this and they think, if this ever happened to me, I wish I could be a person that could go and then do that to the offenders. Do you see what I'm saying in that sense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of revenge movies are like that. Like, it's like, what if you could give the justice that the law sometimes doesn't give?
Yeah.
And is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing?
See, that's what I liked about the third one. The I Spit on Your Grave, I Spit on Your Grave Part 3 went into that. Delves in, took it away from being a rape and revenge story. There's an element of that in it, but it also tackled the psychological aspect of what had happened to her, how it affected her, how it changed her, how being abused by monsters almost made her into a monster, and this sort of thing. It was quite a there's an interesting story in there. Not that it was a great film, but I enjoyed it. It's got a lot of problems. But
have you seen Miss 45?
Miss 45? No.
Kind of similar kind of premise. And kind of similar idea is it's about a deaf woman living in New York who is assaulted twice in the same day, and then that kind of turns her into a what you could either call a serial killer or a vigilante that goes seeking out men that she thinks may be capable of doing this type of thing and taking them out.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that one.
Hmm.
I feel like there's a few movies that are like that in their own sort of way. Have the same sort of premise.
Yeah, there was a big thing in the late 70s, that mid 70s, late 70s, that sort of revenge type of a film. You know, you had Death Wishes, Dirty Harry's came about. It was a big era for it. You know, Pam Grier with Jackie Brown and Coffee. Yeah, I mean, it was that sort of, it was the genre of the time, really.
Yeah, I gotta see Jackie Brown.
Did I say Jackie Brown? Or did I say what was the one? Foxy Brown. What was the one?
Yes, my bad.
Jackie Brown was the thingy one, wasn't it? That's the Quentin Tarantino sort of.
Yeah, Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
AJ, what did you think of? I know you done a review for it. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
What did you think of Evil Dead Rise?
Do you really want me to say?
I'll give you my 2 cents if you want.
Let me describe a film to you first and tell me
Okay.
what film I'm describing. Have you seen the first Evil Dead first?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a bunch of, what film am I describing? There's a bunch of people in a remote location that find in the bottom of the building, in the lower echelons of it, shall we say, they come across a Necronomicon Ex Mortis, a Book of the Dead, and some recordings. They take the book and the recordings back up. They subsequently play the recordings that then release the dead or the evil, which then takes over some people, kills people, and it's a fight for survival. What film have I described?
Oh yeah.
The Evil Dead Rise. It's exactly the same film. It's a remake. It's a remake of The Evil Dead. There's no difference. You strip it down to its bare bones, right, and it's done nothing fresh with the idea whatsoever.
No,
it's giving you the exact same film, just in a different setting. It's that play-by-numbers sequel. And I'll be honest, I think that Sam Raimi knows this and knew this about The Evil Dead back when he made The Evil Dead. Hence why Evil Dead 2 is essentially a continuation of the first one. And then he takes it in a different path with Army of Darkness. And he opens the world up. Because he knew that all you could do with The Evil Dead is essentially this.
Yeah.
So you've got the two pathways for The Evil Dead. You've got the Bruce Campbell path, which is tongue-in-cheek humour, Evil Dead. And then you've got Dark Gritty Evil Dead, which doesn't have Bruce Campbell, but all you're doing is remaking that first film.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
There's my opinion. I thought it was a well-crafted film, technically speaking, but there was nothing fresh about it. Anyone that says this is a great sequel, they've been tricked into believing that what they're watching is something new, and it's not.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know, it sort of made me circle back to that question, that like conversation you were having like a while ago about people that are really into horror and can watch these sort of films like back to back to back, and you know, and the negative
that's me
might have on them, because that film was pretty gory. I mean, I must admit, it was, you know, it was pretty gory. I think, like, it was, I don't know, you know, gorier than your typical movie that you might watch or your horror film that you might watch. It was pretty full on. It got me thinking about that again, you know, that question again, like, how can these, like, some people that are into horror, no judgment, but like, you know, just watch them like that? Well,
I can answer that because I guess I could be described as one of those people. It's just like, it's a good way to exercise your demons, and it's a good way to explore the dark parts of humanity in a safe way, you know. And yeah, there's gonna be times where you overdo it. You can't be watching it 24/7, like especially like, you know, you can't, like, you can watch some in a row, but it's like you don't want to watch too much, you know. You got to have a cleanser. And you know, I can't go as far as some people, but like at the same time, a horror, like, as long, you know, it's not real, and nobody's gonna go out and do this stuff. Like, at least I'm not, or anything. You know, at the end of the day, you can have a lot of fun with horror.
I've got a question for you though. Do you think there should be a line in the sand as to what horror can and can't cross?
What do you mean?
Okay, what I mean is, obviously, because I've had discussions with this, because I've done a video about how I believe that Scream 6 should be banned in the UK, and there's reasons behind why I said it.
I haven't seen that one.
And then I've had people saying to me, well, no, you know, the banning of anything is bad. All right, fair enough. And anything should go in film, anything. So I said that, you know, fundamentally, there's got to be a line in the sand that you can't step over. Would you argue that's the case? Or would you say, no, actually, there's got to be a line in the sand where this has gone too far? You can't show anything more than this, if you see what I'm saying.
Okay.
Or do you think horror should be allowed, because it's rated 18, horror should be allowed to show whatever the hell it wants?
I think as long as what you're doing is not illegal, like, as long as what you're doing is not illegal and it's fictional, then show what you want. We shouldn't censor art. Now, there are things I'm not going to watch, of course. There are movies like a Serbian film. I'm not going to watch that movie. That movie sounds fucking horrible.
Why not?
Horrible. But people have the right to watch it if they want to. I'm not going to do that, but it's not hurting me, you know. It exists, but I don't have to watch it, you know.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's come from a different part of the world where we have, you know, laws are different and all this sort of thing as to what's allowed, what's not allowed, and all this sort of thing. So let me put it to you. I'll put a scenario to you, and you tell me if this would be acceptable for you in a horror film. I'm not asking whether you would watch it or whether you think that this is crossing a line, right? So let's say, you know, obviously this is not done on a real person. It's done in the context of the story. It's done on a prop or whatever that looks real. Something like genital mutilation, something like if you're, you know, you're slicing a woman to bits and slice her breasts off or something like that. Would something like that be acceptable on film anywhere?
Well, my thing is, I don't think it should be censored. People have the right to watch it if they want to. I've seen movies with that type of stuff in it. But in the end of the day, it's up to the individual person to choose.
No, I get that.
Whether you want.
I get that.
Now, I can see that some countries might not let that shit fly. Do I agree with that? No, but do I understand kind of where they're coming from? Yes, but at the same time, like, I don't know, stuff like Texas Chainsaw Massacre was banned. And it's like, if you watch that movie, it's not that gory, you know? It's pretty tame. It's disturbing. It's probably one of the most disturbing films, but, you know.
Yeah.
Like, if we're talking, there's nothing like that in it.
No, but a lot of these films that were banned back then, right? Now, for me, Scream 6 and why I said that it should be banned had nothing to do with the anything visual on screen. It was all more fell into the thematic theme, right? Which here in the UK we have knife problems. We have, because we don't have gun problems like you, because obviously guns are not allowed over here. We have a lot of knife problems, people being stabbed, being killed, hurt, whatever here in London.
Okay.
A day can't go by that someone's been hurt or killed, pretty much. So Scream 6 I went into, and then what I've done is I've watched a film that holds no responsibility whatsoever for the use of a knife. And what I mean by that is that it turns knife wounds into paper cuts. It turns knife wounds into nothing more than a splinter. People are being stabbed in the stomach with a blade that's got to be 8 to 10 inches long, stomach deep into the back. They're getting up, they're walking around, they're running around, no effect. You've got a girl that's lifted off of the ground, stabbed in the stomach and drawn upwards, right? And then she's out of a window climbing on a ladder because it hasn't affected her in any other way than pretty much more than a paper cut. So my point is the film steps so far away from reality with what a knife can do. Right now, I know that there's the argument that, hey, number one, this film is rated 18, kids shouldn't be watching it. Right. Well, kids can watch anything these days, streaming and that. The age rating is nothing anymore beyond it coming out in the cinema. Kids have access to knives. Young kids go to school now. You get stories of kids that, about 10 who have been pulled up in school with a knife on them. Now, knives are accessible to everyone because any kid of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 can walk down into a kitchen and take a knife out of the drawer. Unlike guns in America, which, should be under lock and key and all this. But I appreciate that they're not at times. So my point is that thematically speaking, in a country where you have issues with knife crime, it's a bit, I think it's irresponsible for a film to be made that's killer is primarily uses a knife to mutilate people, but yet the film shows none of the reality of a knife being used. I'm talking about none of the factor of how a body would go into shock, blood loss. People are up running around. Everyone survives at the end of this film after being stabbed multiple times, like nothing's happened. I think that's abysmal. That's abhorrent. I'll be honest.
You make a good point.
Oh, go ahead, Ocean. My bad.
No. I was just saying that I think he makes a good point. Like they really cushion, like what these things can actually do. Because even watching Scream 5, it was like almost the same thing. Like, very very much similar. It sounds like you do just talking about Scream 5 as well. It was like it's very similar in what was happening. So let me just So like I said, it's got nothing to do with the fact that people on screen are being stabbed. So I've got no issue with that, right? Because I feel that something like the Halloween franchise does a better job with it in that sense. That it makes the Halloween franchise makes a knife or a blade, whatever he uses, a scary weapon. This film doesn't, in any way, shape, or form. It's almost like he's running around with a rubber knife. Do you know what I mean? And the problem is a lot of these kids that go to school with knives and things like this have no understanding whatsoever of what one single knife wound can do to the human body, what a puncture wound can damage that a puncture wound can cause. Because in reality, you're stabbing a certain place, you're not getting up, you're not moving, and you're bleeding out in seconds.
I totally get where you're coming from, and I respect your opinion. But I do have a rebuttal. Yes, the movie is fake. And I've seen plenty of slasher movies and movies where people get stabbed and hurt and nothing happens. I've seen a bunch of action movie where people get shot and they barely show it, or they get fatal wounds and they just walk it off. Like fiction has always been doing this. And here's my thing. Is we can't blame the movie because anybody can become inspired by anything. You could read a book and be inspired. You could see a sign and be inspired to commit violence. I think it's dangerous to take away responsibility from the human beings committing this act and blaming fiction and stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Yes, did the movie help? No, it did not. But my thing is they're a bunch of fiction. You know, Superman shows a guy flying around, and I've seen kids fucking, you know, try to jump off of stuff and try to fly. Should Superman be banned? I understand where you're coming from, and I respect your opinion, but there's also stuff like wrestling, which shows like, oh, these people doing these moves, and we know it's fake, but kids don't. I think that's why you have a conversation. It's up to the parents to be responsible. And yes, there's going to be accidents, and that's tragic. But you need to talk to people and be like, no.
Okay, so I get where you're coming from. I understand.
Yes,
you know,
and I understand completely where you're coming from too.
Now,
Don't
number
think
one,
I'm
not blaming the film. I'm not blaming the film for making people go out and do anything. What I'm saying is the film holds no responsibility. It's cause and no action. It's a case of cause and no action. I wouldn't argue anything like Superman. I mean, I had arguments over this with people who cited the Terminator to me, and they cited the Dark Knight. Now, number one, the Terminator, thematically speaking, is science fiction. It takes it to the world of fantastical. Superman is the world of fantastical.
Okay, but what about something like Rambo? Rambo gets hurt in very violent ways, and he just walks it off.
He does indeed.
Not in the first one.
But we're talking about normal people here that don a mask and stab people. That anyone can do. Anyone can do that. Not everyone
but
can jump off a cliff
technically anybody could be Rambo if you trained.
Well, but anyone can don a mask and do that without training.
Yes, it's definitely easier, yes.
So, yeah, the Superman argument, sort of any other argument I could, like, destroy, really, with the fact that... I mean, it ain't good to censor art, and I understand that. I just think that more responsibility should be made in a film to show the realities of stuff, rather than turn it into a joke. This is a Scream movie, after all, not a scary movie.
But even in Scream 1, there were people getting messed up, and they were like, you know, this is not new to Scream.
No, I'm not big on the Scream franchise. I think it's pretty much rubbish. But there we go.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see where you're coming from.
They're not my cup of tea. It's just the wife watched it, and what I took away from it was exactly what I just said. That was my takeaway. So my review was based around that.
So, and going off of that, why not just Scream 6? Why not the whole franchise?
Because I'm not familiar with the whole franchise. As in, I have seen the franchise, all bar 4. I saw 5 a year ago. I nearly switched it off because it was so crap, and the wife made me sit there and watch the end of it. That's the only reason I got through it. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in Scream 5 now. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in Scream 1, 2, and 3 beyond Drew Barrymore being there. Scream 4 I've never seen. Scream 5, I was sat there watching it, and it was there. And believe me, in 2 weeks' time, I won't remember a thing about the film. I won't remember any scenes from it. It's forgettable nonsense.
That's fair enough.
I mean, I know a lot of people love horror, and I've got no issue with people loving horror. This is just my opinion. And we all have different opinions, and I respect other people's opinion on stuff.
I respect. I'm not trying to come off as aggressive at all.
No. I like having conversations that are like this.
Yes.
That look at different aspects and different thoughts on things. It'd all be boring if there was agreement. We've overtaken Dan's chat.
No, I was going to say that I think they should come up with like I guess like a special sort of rating that's more so that overtakes the R18 sort of rating.
I don't think it would do any good. I said, ratings are irrelevant now in life.
Yeah, but I know. I think if they
pretty much are.
Yeah, I know at the moment, when I was a bit younger, that was more enforced. But now I know it isn't. But I think if they didn't make these movies more easily accessible, at least on streaming services, and they actually checked like people's ID at the movie theater like they should, but they don't anymore. I don't think, at least at my local. And I don't know, maybe they should just make a special rating for these films that have these, like the type of like graphic content, and it's only for people that actually want to go and watch it and seek it out. That are fans of like the genre in general. Like,
yeah, but still, it wouldn't have any difference. The new rating system wouldn't make any, because, like I said, it was enforceable back in the day because cinemas could enforce it as cinemas can now. And then you had the VHS. Like, the only options you had back in the day was cinemas, VHS, and then when it came to TV, edited to lots of
your
stuff.
voice is going a bit muffled, AJ.
Yeah, you're a little muffled, man.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
I think I had my hand over the microphone. Sorry. Yeah. So back in the day, you had, when you had cinema, and then you had a 3-year wait until VHS, and people were under the age of 18 couldn't go into a VHS store and rent it. I mean, it was far more enforceable than what it is now, where you just switch on a TV and there you go. Because how many parents put on parental control? Some would. Or not many would. Do you know what I mean?
I do agree with AJ that it's going to be hard to enforce it because, back then, the only way you probably get away with it is if, maybe, you snuck in, you found something maybe late on TV, and even those were cut. Or, you went into the video store, and there's some teenager that don't give a fuck that would sell you, I don't know, some crazy shit.
Or you was around a friend's house who had it, and you saw it there, that sort of a thing.
I will ask you, are you familiar with wrestling?
I know of it. I'm not a fan of wrestling at all.
I am, but I can see that same argument being said with that because for many years it was portrayed as real, and anybody could pick up a chair, hit each other with a chair. I think we've tried it as a kid, being stupid. Not you guys, but me personally. Or you can fight on top of a table. So they're but at least now they have a don't try this at home. Do you think they should put a warning on these films, being the things depicted in this film are fiction? Do you think maybe they should just add a little extra warning?
I don't think that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Better than nothing, isn't it?
Because I think it's better than being banned, to be honest. Because the thing is, if you ban it in the UK, you might as well ban it everywhere because you can, stabbing's universal. I know there's more of a problem in it in the UK because you guys don't have guns and stuff. But everybody anybody can get stabbed at any time.
Yeah, no, I think we're beyond banning anyway, in the sense that it wouldn't matter, because you got to understand that the heading for my video, and although I speak about it within it, and people just don't understand what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
They don't get what I'm saying about it. The banning would have no impact anyway because of the streaming the era that we're in, and how easy it is to just download films anyway, illegally. Do you know what I'm saying? It would have zero impact on anything.
Just like the rating system.
Yeah, but more than anything, my video was meant to incite debate over the issue.
Yeah,
that was it.
And you did a very good job with that.
I think I brought a different take to it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than giving a review on the film as such, as it is, I went into a different territory with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I do see your point. You do make a fair point. And yes, a film like that, in a way, can be dangerous. I do understand that.
But I do think that there should be a line in the sand somewhere where you say, that's a bit over the top. Okay, for argument's sake, right? I know you ain't seen it. I Spit on Your Grave 3. There's a scene where the main girl in it, she shoves what can only be called a scaffold tube up some geezer's anus. She lubes it first, thankfully. She shoves it up his anus, and then proceeds to whack it with a like big mallet. Yeah. So she kills him that way. Now, fine. I got
That's
no
a
issue
little
with
over the
that.
top.
I've got no issue with that. But what my issue would be, and this is where you say you can't cross a line, is if you turn that camera around to the other side and you saw it. You don't
Right.
see it happen. What you see is it from an angle where you don't see it penetrate, you don't see it going in, but you can see it sort of, the angle is that you'd see it, but it's obscured. And then she whacks it. So essentially you're at the front of the bloke who's bent over, if that makes sense. So you don't physically see the entering or anything like this. But if you take lines off of the map, so to speak, you then change that camera angle to a point where you've got a prosthetic anus, and you see this thing being inserted into it and then whacked into it, then I would say you've now crossed the line that you shouldn't go across. Do you see where I'm saying? Where I'm coming from?
Yes, I get that, and like I said, I think as long as you're doing nothing illegal, you have the right to watch what you watch. Like, I like the film Cannibal Holocaust for the message. Do I agree with what happened in the film? That's fucking awful. It's fucking horrible what they did. But I still enjoyed the film for the message and the story it tells.
Yeah.
Now, and I do, and there's other films that I've heard do crazy stuff that I just won't watch because I know I don't want to this. It's not my thing. But like, as long as you're doing nothing illegal, I think it's fine. Like at least, like, and people have the right to watch what they want to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not hurting real people or doing assault. Now, can a movie cross a line? Personally, for me, yes. But I don't think there has to be a line in the sand for all movies.
Well,
I think that's up for the person.
I do. I think there should be things that can and can't be seen. Sometimes leaving something to the imagination is worse than seeing.
Oh yes, it definitely is, and I do enjoy movies that do that.
Yeah, I had no issue with this scene in this film that I just explained. But you turn that camera around, I would now say there needs to be a line in the sand where that's not allowed to be seen.
Yeah,
that you can go
I get
that
where
far
you're coming from.
You can go that far to show it. You can't go that far to show this same scene.
But if we do draw the line, like if we do start drawing the line, then when does the line end? Does it end to where you can't show violence at all? Like, because some people will say they shouldn't show violence at all. And if you start drawing the line, why should these people get what they want when these other people don't?
Yeah, but there is a line. There is a line that exists in every culture.
In a way, yes, but like I think that's up to the individual person. There's no actual law or line saying you can't do this in film. Besides, of course, the real shit.
Well, I guarantee you that scene wouldn't have passed in America had the camera had been angled round.
Maybe, but I don't know. I've seen some really messed up stuff, and yes, it gets banned, but sometimes. But then there's been some stuff that I'm like, how the fuck is this movie even like,
Well, in America.
Yes.
Banned in America. Okay, so therefore that film's done has crossed the line. This line that exists.
It has been banned before. I don't know if it's banned now.
No, these lines move and shift, obviously. But what I'm saying is there is a hypothetical line in the sand somewhere. I don't know what it is or where it is and what the regulations and what it states you can and can't do on film, but it obviously exists. For you to have a film banned would suggest that a line exists. That line here is going to be different than what it is there. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so it does exist in it would do in I would like to say every culture, and that has cinema and things like that.
Well, yeah, there's some movies that aren't going to be shown in theaters, but that you could still buy them and watch them.
Yeah, but
Like,
you did say something. You were citing something that had been banned, so it was banned for a reason.
Oh well. No, I wasn't saying. What I was saying is I've seen movies that I think could have been banned, but they're not. Like, and I'm sure there are movies that have been banned in America.
There must be.
Oh,
There's
God.
gotta be.
Yeah, of course.
This movie's banned here. Of course.
What
American
is?
Psycho is banned here.
Oh, what in Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I had to get it imported.
I'm having a look at I think I can find. And if I can find a list of films that are banned in America.
I'm sure there's a few.
There's gotta be, man.
Yeah.
Oh, these are old films. I need to go forward. I want to get more recent than that.
I'm surprised Terrifier 2 wasn't banned, to be honest. Because I think that's a film that sort of crossed a line to some extent.
1988, The Last Temptation of Christ. But this isn't the thing. Is where that's the thing with America. You have different laws in different states, don't you?
Mm.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So yeah, it's kind of like what you said. The line's different with every culture.
Yeah,
there's no like one prominent line. What I'm saying is there's no one prominent line. You know, there's no like one line that's universal. Except for like, snuff films or, like that, which I agree with, of course, like stuff like that. That's where I draw the line. I'm like, no, that's wrong.
Well, yeah, snuff films are real. Not that I know whether they actually exist or not. I'm assuming they probably do.
They do. Like some documentaries could draw the line because there's documentaries where they show real death for educational purposes, but it's still I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
No, I know the sort of ones you mean. I've seen one a while ago when there was a load of like people being shot and things like this in it, different executions.
Yeah,
that were real. And I'll be honest, right? I think something like that should be shown.
Yeah, right? No, I agree. Like
because the impact of because I think I remember a scene where someone was shot through the face and their whole jaw was hanging off, but there was no blood whatsoever, no blood, and the shock factor. So something like that for educational purpose, to show the impact of a gunshot. Why not? Why not to educate on this is actually what this can do. I don't see an issue with that.
Yeah, because I've seen documentaries like the Evil Genius and the I forget what I think it's called, the Memphis 3, and the Memphis 3 shows like it's about kids that have been killed, and it shows their bare bodies that have been mutilated in a ditch. And yes, I'll warn people, it's a little much, but it I feel like it adds to the documentary. You gotta see it because you gotta know, like, these kids, you gotta realize what happened. And Evil Genius, you see a man explode that has a bomb strapped to him, and I cried, man. And I've seen many fictional deaths and stuff, but real shit. I can cry. I can enjoy stuff in fiction, but in real life, that's different.
Yeah. I understand that.
And it's like, but I feel like you can't watch that stuff all the time, but it's healthy not healthy, but it's good to see, to be educated, to be like, this is the real, this is the fiction. I think because that debate's always going to be there, that argument's always going to be there. I think the best thing we can do is just to educate ourselves and educate those around us. I think that's the best fight we have.
This is true. That's going to pot, isn't it? Parents don't want to. Well, a lot of parents don't educate anymore. The school system's crap.
No, you gotta educate your fucking self nowadays.
Yes.
Like I learned stuff from my parents, but there's stuff I've learned from myself and from friends I have made on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Kids are being raised by the internet nowadays, which is dangerous in its own right. Fucking TikTok and shit is inspiring kids to fucking, I don't know, like do crazy shit and sexualize themselves and all this horrible shit.
Like Scream 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ban TikTok.
Yeah, no.
I'm down with that shit.
Didn't they ban it? I thought they did ban it in the US or some country.
I don't know.
Of course, if you ban TikTok, you gotta ban YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's freedom of speech, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like there's always gonna be that line. How much freedom do you get? Like there's freedom to a point. It's always gonna be a tricky debate with that one for sure.
Hmm.
No, absolutely.
But in the end of the day, I do respect your opinion, and I do see where you're coming from with that. I just do not agree.
Likewise. No, I respect you. Like I said, it is opinion. Art is subjective. You see too much crap where just because you don't like a film that someone else does, it like riles them up to the point of wanting to smash the face in. And that's just, I don't get that mentality. Why can't you have a discussion of different opinions without it turn into stupidness?
Yeah, because I will say, like, on my channel, I haven't done some lately, but I like making music videos that combine music with movie clips, and I'll have some pretty violent scenes on my channel. I'm not gonna lie. I try to put warnings on them, though. I try to put, like, R in front of it. I used to not to, but I've been trying to do that more now.
No, you don't have to justify it to me. I'm not against violence. I watched plenty of violent films. I grew up with violent films when I was young.
Yeah.
I'm not against them. Like I said, just as I get older, you look at things differently.
Yes.
How old are you? Can I ask, just out of curiosity?
I'm 25.
Okay, so you're quite young. I'm
Yes.
like, do you know what I mean? I'm 47.
Oh shit! I'm actually 24, going on 25. My bad.
All right. So I'm 47 going on 38. But what I'm saying is life has a way of changing you, has a way of changing opinion, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just a matter of time. But
I'm on my way.
Yeah. God knows what I'll be like in 20 years. Ban it all.
Ban it all.
But no, I have no issue with watching violent films. It's the context within is some of the issue.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, I don't know. Like, even there was a scene in a movie that I don't think should have been, like, there's a movie I really like called The Girl Who Lived on the Lane. The little girl who lived on the lane. And there's a scene that was added into that movie. I think most of the directors and stuff were against it, and most versions you watch don't have the scene in it. But it's about a young girl who's like, you don't really see her father that much, so her father's like sick, so she's taking care of the house, and then there's like this guy who's a fucking he's a pedo who's kind of stalking her and shit, and her trying to deal with that. And there's a scene in the movie where she's bonding with this other boy she met, and he's in bed, and they show, and it was done by a older person. It was not the same actor. It was a person of age. They show her get naked for a scene, and I'm like, it disturbed me. I did not like seeing that, and I wish that scene wasn't added in the film. Now, of course, everything 100% legal. So if people want to watch that version of the film, that's up to them. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I let it slide. But at the same time, I don't think that should have been in the film personally. So I get where you're coming from. Like, I personally don't think that should have been in the film. It wasn't needed. It added nothing, and it was just disturbing and disgusting to me. Because even if the person's of age, it's still, this is a child character we're watching.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying exactly.
And it's not like oh, they were taking a bath or something, or it's like, no, they just got naked for no fucking reason. At least no reason that we had to see. They could have just been in bed cuddling together. That's all. She didn't have to get naked.
No, absolutely.
That's fair enough. There's a few films that I probably wouldn't watch again because they cross a certain line. Like,
this is the one you mentioned, isn't it? A Serbian Film. That's what it's actually called.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's called A Serbian Film. Okay.
I will never watch that movie.
I've heard of that one.
It's banned in your country, as in Australia.
Oh, yeah, that would be. It doesn't surprise.
High-level sexual violence and graphic violence.
It's one of those movies.
Damn, I'm gonna agree with you here. I think that should be banned in America. I'll agree with you on that one, actually. I'll be a hypocrite for a second.
So what it says is the ACB refused classification of the uncut version on November 2010, and also to a 97-minute version. It was awarded an R18 plus in a 96-minute PAL running time, censored version. But on review in 2011, it was also refused classification, banning all public showings and DVD sales. On February 26, 2019, a USB drive containing the uncut version of the film was seized by the New South Wales Police Force and submitted to the ACB, effectively renewing the ban.
There you go.
It's still banned in Australia.
Yeah, there's a lot of films that are banned here that you guys would probably have access to. They seem a bit more strict here with like their classifications. Even with like games and stuff as well. There's a lot of games that they banned, or like developers would have to like turn down blood in these games so they could release them in the country. Things like that.
Yeah. Just going through a list of stuff that's been banned. So a lot of it in Australia was originally banned and then passed uncut later on. Where the times change. Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Apocalypse was.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre 2 was. Crocodile Dundee was.
Wait, Crocodile Dundee?
No.
I'm joking.
Yeah, of course. Gonna say. Just having a laugh.
Crocodile Dundee. Banned because his knife was too big.
I was about to say that too. This is a knife. I forgot how he said it. This is a knife.
Yeah, I haven't watched those movies in a while. I don't even know to be honest, if I like the actor that much.
Paul Hogan?
Yeah, I don't know.
I like, I don't know, I like the first one. I don't even think we've got a Blu-ray release in this country. The UK have the second one. Don't think it's ever come out. Or the third. Crocodile Dundee Blu-ray.
Mm.
Can import it. But yeah, we ain't got a. We never got a release.
It's kind of funny that how like some countries get a release and then some don't.
I don't. That's why I'm forever importing from Germany,
Yeah.
because not that there's a like the man called Otto. I just picked that up, but we've had it out in this country, but it only got a DVD release, nothing more. So I had to import the Blu-ray from Germany.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't get that. We got the Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure. That one. We're
Yeah.
getting it for it.
It's odd. There we go. What can you do?
Yeah.
What's the time out there for you, Dan?
It's almost 1.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you there.
Oh, no, you good. You good. No, I was just gonna say, I didn't even know there was a Crocodile Dundee 3.
Yeah, he goes to, is it Los Angeles or somewhere?
Well, there's one that where he goes to America, I know, but it's been a while.
Yeah, America's the first one.
Yeah.
There's Crocodile Dundee for it. Where is it? Where's the camera on there? So there's the third one. Looks like that.
Yeah, I don't think
Crocodile. Yeah, Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. And then a short while ago, and I do have the Blu-ray of it. Paul Hogan made. Where is it? He sort of made a film. That's it. With Chevy Chase and John Cleese in it. The very excellent Mr. Dundee.
I haven't seen that one.
That was that was only a few years ago. But he's himself. He plays himself.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's about, what's it about?
There you go. Here's Ben. I remember.
Wait, Ben's here?
Ben. Is Ben your one of your subs?
Dude, Ben's everywhere. Ben's literally everywhere.
The Thing.
Yeah, that sort of sounds like the first time when I watched Cannibal Holocaust.
Wait, you've seen it?
Yeah.
So is Ben, is this his real name, or is he just a fan of the Fantastic Four?
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.
Ben, if you're watching, are you a fan of the Fantastic Four? Ben Grimm is the rock monster.
Make
Yeah.
Not to tell anyone. Make sure there are no undercover cops. No, you can. I'm pretty sure you can just buy the film now. They made like some special release for it. I don't know who made it, but someone did. I've seen it out and about. I'm not sure if you know about that release, AJ, the Cannibal Holocaust.
No, I don't.
It's like some American company re-released it on Blu-ray or something.
Like, knowing what you said about Scream, I would recommend not watching it. It's very intense. In some versions of it, there is real animal violence, and the guy had to go to court to prove that he didn't kill anybody because the violence looks so real. Like, I would not recommend it to anybody that's not into horror.
So is the animal violence is real? Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, like that's the one. I get that all the animals were eaten for food, so they weren't just but I do not agree with it being filmed. I still enjoyed the movie, but it's horrible. Like that part, those parts are very dark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't watch that.
Yeah, I wanted to give you a heads up, like, especially what you're saying about Scream. Do not watch that movie.
I'd watch human violence over animal violence.
Yeah, I get most people are like that. But my thing is the animal. I did not agree with the animals being real. Now, fictional animal violence, it hits a little more. But I'm like, if I can watch a human die, I can watch an animal die fictionally.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. There are some scenes where I'm like, dude, like, why couldn't they have just killed the fucking dude instead of the dog? Why do you have to kill the dog? Dog didn't do anything wrong.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's like the start of John Wick. So hate that
Yeah.
movie. Nah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've got to head down to the kitchen.
I thought you were gonna head to the movie room.
No, I won't get in there up there. That's why I don't do any lives up in the
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because
I
I don't
remember
get the Wi-Fi's right the way down here.
Mm.
But my wife's going to be home soon, and I haven't done any housework.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you better get onto it then. You don't
I'll
want to
be
be
in
in the
trouble.
doghouse.
Damn right I will. So I'll let you go, gents.
Yeah, I'm probably
Good
gonna head
talking
off
to
as
you.
well.
Yeah, you too. Talk
Yeah.
again sometime, hopefully.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'll have to check out your channel.
Yeah, and I mean we do lives as well. I do lives every other week, and Dan's on a lot. So welcome on anytime to discuss film like we do.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was rambling too much. Sometimes I get overexcited and talk too much. If I get like that, just tell me to shut up.
No, don't be silly. I was talking a lot as well. I can talk a lot, as Dan knows. But I'll let you go, gents. Have a good one.
All right.
Take care.
You too. All right.
Stay frosty.
Thanks for joining in.
So, mate.
There you go. That was pretty good. I liked listening in on you guys and your points of view. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
No,
If
it
you
was
wanted to say
interesting.
anything.
I like sort of just listening in and both sides of it.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting topic, really. And
It was a good debate. I liked it.
Yeah, it's something that doesn't get brought up actually as well that often.
No.
But it was good. Yeah. It's clobbering time. I took great stream today. See you later. You heading off? Take it easy. Dimension Scott. Take it easy. A good one. Sounded dark and mysterious. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, it's just funny seeing Ben here because he seems to be everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know how he does it.
Oh, he's just a movie guy, I guess. He's just always keen to chat about movies.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that review though of AJ's Scream 6 review.
Yeah, I have to see it too.
Yeah, because that'd be quite interesting. It's a pretty interesting point of view. I can understand the concerns.
Yeah, something different.
I think not many people would sort of like think about it in that sort of way. They'd sort of disregard that side of it.
No, it definitely is like and I do see where he's coming from for sure. I do see that.
All right. I think I might hop off because it's getting kind of late here. It's almost 1 a.m. Or it is 1 a.m. actually. It is 10
Oh, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot you're in Australia.
Yeah. Just swapped over. It is now 1 a.m. But yeah, no, thanks for joining in. It was good.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump off right here, but yeah, I'll definitely try to check out your channel again for sure. I
Yeah,
follow a
no.
lot of people, but I'm definitely gonna try to check it.
Yeah, of course. I'll check out your channel as well. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you. I think I am. Yeah, I know.
Thank you. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. But yeah, you have a good day, man. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me on.
it's all good anytime. I'll probably have another live stream you can jump on again, or I think AJ might organize one again, and maybe he'll invite
Oh
you on.
yeah, I'm usually not up this time of day, but like if I am, I'll definitely come around for sure. I had a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it was good. Pretty good
Yeah.
live. All right,
But yeah, stay frosty. Goodbye.
you too, man. All right, goodbye. Take it easy.
Oh, pressing the button.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end the live stream here. Thanks for AJ and Trenchy. Solus Trenchcoat for jumping on. You can check out their channels. I'll probably actually, before I go, I'll put their channels in down below so you guys can subscribe. Actually, I might just put them in the comments when I end the live stream, and you guys can check out the. If anyone's watching after, like the pre-recorded version, you can check out their channels down below. But yeah, thanks for joining in, guys. That was fun. Had a good chat, and I'll probably do another one, another live stream next weekend, possibly. Really get some, you know, guys back on. We can talk more movies. But anyway, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.